The sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham this evening has sent shockwaves through Washington. At 71, Graham was not just a prominent Republican voice, but the architect of Trump's hardline strategy on Iran. What does his passing mean for the U.S. in this critical moment? In the wake of Lindsey Graham's unexpected death, three immediate developments are likely to unfold that could significantly impact U.S. foreign policy. Graham, a prominent senator known for his hawkish stance, played a crucial role in shaping key foreign policy initiatives. His sudden absence raises questions about the future direction of U.S. relations with Iran, Ukraine, and overall global strategy. First, the uncertainty surrounding Iran's potential escalation may lead to more erratic decision-making from President Trump. Graham's influence often tempered aggressive rhetoric, and without him, Trump may face mounting pressure from advisors to either de-escalate tensions or intensify military actions. This could make the already volatile situation in the Middle East even more precarious. Second, bipartisan support for Ukraine, which Graham tirelessly championed, could falter in his absence. His leadership was instrumental in securing critical aid and defense initiatives as Russia continues its aggressive posture. Without Graham's advocacy, there is a real risk that U.S. support for Ukraine may diminish, leaving the nation vulnerable amid ongoing conflict. Third, Trump's foreign policy may shift towards a more unpredictable approach, relying on less experienced advisors who might miscalculate in this volatile environment. The potential consequences could be far-reaching, affecting not only U.S. interests but also global stability. Secondary effects, such as fluctuations in oil prices due to geopolitical instability and the urgency of addressing the Ebola outbreak, may gain prominence as Congress reevaluates funding priorities without Graham's strong voice advocating for health initiatives. As these potential scenarios develop, it is crucial for U.S. party leaders to carefully assess their strategies. The coming days will be pivotal in determining whether the U.S. can maintain its commitments abroad and safeguard its interests. Prioritizing a cohesive foreign policy and ensuring continued support for allies will be essential in navigating this tumultuous period effectively. The escalation of tensions with Iran has been building for months, particularly following a ceasefire in June that was short-lived. The situation intensified when Iran attacked a commercial ship in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical maritime route through which approximately 20% of the world's oil passes. This provocative act prompted U.S. retaliatory strikes, marking a significant deterioration in relations. The Strait of Hormuz is not only vital for oil transport, but also serves as a strategic choke point, making any disruption a matter of international concern. Lindsey Graham, a prominent senator and influential figure in shaping U.S. foreign policy, played a critical role during this tumultuous period. He advocated for aggressive measures against both Iran and Russia, emphasizing a strong military response and strategic partnerships. His leadership in drafting legislation that imposed heavy penalties on Russian oil buyers, along with his unwavering commitment to support Ukraine's military needs, positioned him as a central figure in U.S. foreign affairs. With Graham's recent death, the political landscape shifts dramatically. The absence of his voice compromises the administration's ability to navigate the complex dynamics of the Iran conflict and the ongoing war in Ukraine. This loss may lead to a vacuum in decisive leadership, potentially exacerbating both crises as the U.S. faces increasing international pressures from allies and adversaries alike. Analysts warn that without Graham's staunch advocacy for a robust foreign policy, the U.S. may struggle to maintain its influence in the region, allowing Iran to expand its aggressive posture. Looking ahead, the Biden administration must urgently reassess its strategy in the Middle East and Eastern Europe. The void left by Graham's departure necessitates new leadership to forge bipartisan support for decisive action, ensuring that U.S. interests remain safeguarded and that stability is prioritized. The sudden death of Lindsey Graham marks a significant turning point in U.S. foreign policy, with implications that extend well beyond Washington. Graham, a prominent figure in the Trump administration, was instrumental in shaping the maximum pressure campaign against Iran, a strategy intended to curb Tehran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence. His strategic insights were pivotal in navigating complex geopolitical landscapes, particularly in the Middle East, where U.S. interests are often threatened by instability. His absence creates a vacuum that could lead to indecision regarding U.S. military actions in the region, leaving allies uncertain about America's commitment. Graham's ability to balance Trump's often impulsive and erratic decision-making provided a sense of stability within the administration, which may now struggle to articulate a coherent strategy moving forward, potentially emboldening adversaries. In addition to his influence in the Middle East, Graham was a fervent advocate for military support to Ukraine. He championed bipartisan efforts to ensure sustained American aid against Russian aggression, highlighting the importance of a united front in Congress. His passing raises urgent questions about the future of that support, particularly as the political landscape becomes increasingly polarized. With Russia intensifying its military campaign and the threat of a broader conflict looming, the need for bipartisan cooperation in Congress is critical. Without Graham's leadership, there is a risk that the momentum for continued assistance could falter, jeopardizing Ukraine's defense efforts and potentially emboldening adversaries like Russia. The implications of Graham's death are further compounded by the current volatility in global oil markets. As the U.S. engages in escalating military operations abroad, disruptions in energy supply chains could lead to higher fuel prices, directly impacting American households and businesses. The average American should be concerned about these developments, as U.S. foreign policy decisions significantly influence global stability and economic health. Looking ahead, the challenge will be for the Biden administration and congressional leaders to fill the leadership void left by Graham. They must work diligently to maintain bipartisan support for Ukraine while navigating the intricacies of Middle Eastern policy. The next few months will be crucial in determining whether the U.S. can sustain its role as a global leader amidst shifting geopolitical dynamics, especially as new voices emerge in Congress. Senator Lindsey Graham, the influential Republican senator from South Carolina, passed away on the evening of July 13, 2026, at the age of 71. His death was attributed to a brief and sudden illness, although specific medical details have not been disclosed by the White House or the Trump administration. Graham had been actively involved in shaping U.S. foreign policy, particularly regarding the escalating conflict with Iran. Just hours before his death, the U.S. conducted its third round of retaliatory strikes on Iran in response to an attack on a commercial ship in the Strait of Hormuz. This incident marked a significant escalation in ongoing tensions in the region, which have been exacerbated by a series of aggressive maneuvers from both U.S. and Iranian forces. Graham's role in U.S. foreign policy was pivotal, having authored legislation that penalized Russian oil buyers and supported Trump's aggressive rhetoric towards Iran. He was a staunch advocate for a robust military presence in the Middle East and often criticized diplomatic approaches he deemed weak. His unexpected passing raises immediate questions about the future of U.S. policy in a region already fraught with tension and uncertainty. The senator was known for his close ties to military leaders and intelligence agencies, and his absence could create a leadership vacuum at a crucial time. The implications of Graham's death extend beyond the immediate political landscape. His departure could shift the balance of power within the Republican Party, particularly as it pertains to foreign policy. With the presidential election cycle looming, the GOP will need to reassess its strategy regarding Iran and relations with other global players. Analysts suggest that Graham's death could embolden more isolationist factions within the party, which could lead to a reevaluation of the U.S.'s role in international conflicts. Looking ahead, the Biden administration faces a critical juncture in navigating the complexities of U.S.-Iran relations without Graham's influence. The next steps taken by the administration will be closely scrutinized, as they will set the tone for U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. As new leaders emerge to fill Graham's shoes, the path forward will require careful diplomacy and strategic foresight to mitigate potential conflicts in this volatile region. As we face these unfolding scenarios, how will the U.S. adapt its foreign policy without Lindsey Graham? Share your thoughts in the comments, And don't forget to subscribe for daily deep dives into the most pressing global issues.